The pinnacle of short course racing this season for many of these athletes, the Swim England East Midland Short Course Championships 2024. We've had 2 days already. There's just one more day to go, and it starts in 10 seconds time. First event will be the open male 100 meters freestyle. A total of 12 heats to come of this, and we're almost ready to begin. This is heat 1. Delighted to be joined this weekend by so many Paralympic athletes and para-swimmers. Bruce D, one of those in the pool right now. He goes in lane 5, swims in the S6 classification representing Northampton. Lane 4 is Owen Johnson, S10 for Repton, and Luke James for Balfour-Marlin is S8. Now, you'll hear me mention those classifications. In case you've not heard those before, there are 10 physical impairment classifications in para-swimming. They run pretty simply in terms of the most severely impaired swimmers through to the least severely physically impaired swimmers. The most severe impairment will be S1. The least physically impaired swimmers would be S10. You'll also see S11 and 12 and 13. Those are visual impairments, and S14 are intellectual impairments. All physical impairments in this first one, and lane 4 is going to take the win on the heat, no doubt about that. 1 minute point 37 for Owen Johnson of Repton. Now, we do give out medals for para-swimming here. However, they're based on para points. So you'll see that Bruce D's time is likely to be quite high point scoring, 1:13.67, and that might change slightly. He'd entered on 1:08.80. And then Luke James will be the remaining swimmer. James in the S8 classification and swimming here for Balfour-Marlin. The 14-year-old has just 12.5 meters left to swim. Those points that they decide the medals on are based on the fastest time in the world in the last 2 years. The fastest time would receive 1,000 points for that classification. It just standardizes it for us. Luke James has finished off his heat swim in 1:46.65, which is 3 seconds faster than his entry time. Well done to him. This is heat 2. Seven swimmers in this one, so almost a full heat. Jake Battle of Repton goes in 1. Joseph Diacon for Dronfield is in 2. Finley O'Neill for Radford in 3. Gabriel Corbett for City Leicester in 4. James Missin for Derby Phoenix in 5. 6 Callum Shields for Leicester Sharks, and 7 Leighton Anderson Snowden of Louth. First the turn at halfway, lane 3. 27.26 for Finley O'Neill on the split, and lane 6, Callum Shields is just behind at the moment. Lane 2 going with, that's Joseph Diacon. And now lane 6 turns first with 25 left to swim. So Callum Shields taking the lead. The 16-year-old from Leicester Sharks enters on 58.12. Has a chance to go well inside that this morning. 57.14 for Callum Shields, a second faster than his entry swim. Jake Battle second, Joseph Diacon third. This is heat 3. Sebastian Casey for Hinckley goes in lane 1. 2 is Oliver Seeley for Lauf. Thomas Townsend of Repton in 3. Laurentio Cholan for Corby in 4. Danny Barron of Etwall in 6. 7 is Eddie Barron for Nova Centurion. And 8 is Ethan Gardiner for Repton. Cholan is over first at 50. 27.26 for the Corby swimmer. And you can see his half body length lead on Thomas Townsend down in lane 3. Continues to be Cholan leading into the final 25. Not super comfortably with Ethan Gardiner down in lane 8 going well. And now Thomas Townsend pulling back hard in the final 25. But Cholan will take it. 56.44 for the Corby swimmer. It's half a second faster than his entry time. Townsend second and Gardiner third. This is heat 4. Lane 1 is Bradley Holland of South Links, Carlos Sierra Vilgas of Chesterfield in 2, Ryan Ingram of Repton in 3. They also have Billy Harding in 4 and Seth Hems Gilson in 5. Zach Jones of Northampton goes in 6, Finley Dare of Corby in 7, and Oliver Henshaw for Belper-Marlin is in lane 8. It was lane 3 to turn first at halfway. Ryan Ingram of Repton goes 26.86. Harding was just 0.04 behind on the turn. But Ingram looking strong. The 16-year-old enters on 56.82. But now here comes Seth Gilson in lane 5. Very strong on the final few meters. And the Repton boys in the center all pushing each other on and into the wall. It is Gilson that gets there first in 55.9. Second, Billy Harding in 56.2. And Ingram third. So Repton 1, 2, 3 on heat 4. This is heat 5. Lucas Newbolt of Lincoln Vulcans goes in 1. Alex Bates for Chesterfield in 2. Evan Johnson for Derby Excel in 3. Raymond Dalby Rose of Worksup in 4. Zach Silcook for Carlton Forum in 5. Aman Sethi of Rushton goes in 6. 7 is Jared Collins for Sutton, and 8 is Henry Jones for Dronfield. Dalby Rose is over first in 26.62. Silcock second. Actually, it was Tethy second. Silcock third on the wall. And the final length, although Dalby Rose has led throughout, Tethy putting him under some pressure in the closing stages of this heat. I think Dalby Rose will just hold on. 55.53. Tethy second in 55.90. Collins gets third, and there was over a second between second and third place. This is heat 6. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can athletes for the girls 200 freestyle report to marshalling. Athletes for the girls 200 freestyle, please report to marshalling. Eden Saint to Belfer Marling goes in 1. Then Repton have Ruben Hubringer in 3. In 2, Joe Helps in 3. Dominic Bartoletti goes in 4. Harvey J. Allsop of Nova is in 5. David Bakura of Worksup in 6. Charlie Wheeler-Kay of Worksup in 7. And Morgan Farrar for the City of Lincoln goes in lane 8. 26.04 for Hubringer and 26.03 for Bakura. Only 100th between the swimmers in lanes 2 and 6 who lead. And now it's lane 3. Joe Helps pushing for home. Helps entry time 55.2. He goes 54.0, over a second faster. David Bakura in second, 54.86. Bartoletti takes third spot on that one. This is heat 7. Zachary Drayson of Derby XL goes in 1. Max Shaw for the Uni of Nottingham in 2. Thomas Boyd for Northampton in 3. Ryan Coles of Daventry in 4. 5 is Jensen Hilton for the City of Lincoln. 6 is Jamie Green for the City of Lincoln. 7 is Evan Hawley for Sutton. And 8, Josh Clark for Grantham. Ryan Coles is out fast through the middle, 25.65 for the swimmer from Daventry. Raced in the 1500 yesterday. Now going for 1/15 of the distance. Lane 3 coming back strong. That's Thomas Boyd of Northampton. And Coles and Boyd battling it down the final 25 meters. This will be stroke for stroke into the wall. 4 or 3, it's 4. Ryan Coles goes 53.96 to Thomas Boyd's 54.10. Joshua Clark takes third. This is heat 8. Martin Iancourt for Repton is in 1. Rushton have Henry Knight in 2, Max Balderson in 3, and Sachin Tethi in 4. Sami Kudurai of Uni of Nottingham goes in 5. Lane Kiwa for Bassett Law is in 6. Joseph Parnell for the City of Lincoln in 7. And Miles Willits for Repton is in lane 8. Tethi ahead on the turn only by fractions, 24.95. The only swimmer to go underneath 25 seconds to 50, and now being pushed by the teammate to his right. That's Max Balderson. I couldn't call who was ahead on that turn, and now there's only 25 meters left to swim. Tethi with a slightly better turn, but don't rule out lane 7. Joseph Parnell coming back strong through the final 25. And Henry Knight trying to pull himself into the mix too. It is Parnell down in 7 that takes the win in 53.50. Henry Knight second in 53.59. Balderson third. Tethi pushed to 4th. Heat 9. Benjamin Roberts of Grantham goes in 1, Ewan Cox for Repton in 2, Thomas Rochelle for Derby Excel in 3, Adam Fraser of Rushton in 4, Roman Levchenko for Derby Excel in 5, Thomas Sumner for Hinckley goes in 6, Uni of Nottingham have Alex Bainbridge in 7, and Tyler Hollyman of Corby is down in lane 8. Fraser is out like he means business, 24.59 for the Rushton swimmer. But now lane 2 coming back strong. Ewan Cox of Repton is going to challenge him for this heat. It was still Fraser ahead on that turn, but now lane 6 coming through strong. That's Thomas Sumner of Hinckley, and Sumner looking really well. Sumner gets the touch in 52.26. Second was Tom Rochelle in 52.50, so a quarter between them. Fraser gets third. This is heat 10. Lane 1 is George Whittle for Derby Excel, 2 Jacob Goodman for Loughborough Uni, 3 Jax Bonsell for Notts Leander, 4 is Calvin Fry for Loughborough Uni, Angelo Gianni Conti of Loughborough Uni goes in 5, 6 is Zachariah Dale for Repton, Alex Andrews of Repton is in 7, and Mario Vasconcelos Blanche of Rushton is in lane 8. This is the first of the 3 seeded heats. That means that Calvin Fry is the third fastest into the meet. 23.66 for 50. And Fry, coached by Dave Hemmings and Scott Goby up at Loughborough Performance Centre, is going to win this by a body length. Fry goes 49.42 to drop underneath 50 seconds. Dale was second, 50.65. Contini third. This is heat 11. Jake France of Worksup goes in lane 1. Luke Tunstall for Loughborough Uni's in 2. Tom Truman for Derby Excels in 3. Joe Litchfield for Loughborough Uni's in 4. Maddox Roberts for Loughborough Uni is in 5. 6 is empty. 7 is Alexander Harron for Derby Excel, and 8 Lewis Mitchell for Corby. Well, Litchfield v Roberts, this will be an interesting one. Joe Litchfield enters on 46.72. Roberts enters on 48.87. So 2 seconds between the one entry time. And look at the work that Litchfield does off each and every turn. Roberts is going to pip him on this heat. 48.75 for Maddox Roberts. Litchfield goes 49.25. Truman goes 50.67. This is going to be a mega competitive final. This is heat 12, the final heat. Austin Manley of Repton goes in 1. Loughborough Uni have Harley James in 2, Daniel Genkus in 3, and Alex Cahoon in 4. 5 is Jacob Mills for Repton, 6 Harry Milne for Repton, 7 Ethan Toppin-Moss for Corby, and 8 Laurel Roberts-Burrell for Derby Excel. Cahoon came 4th at the British Championships in this event in order to secure his place on the relay team in the Olympics. And now he is swimming side by side with Jacob Mills. Mills looking very strong next to him, I have to say, and these two are stroke for stroke into the wall. Will it be Cahoon or Mills that gets faster? Jacob Mills pips him by 1/100th of a second. 48.75 to 48.76. What a swim from Mills. This is the girls' 200 meters freestyle, heat 1. Just 3 swimmers in our first heat. Alicia Smith of Louth goes in 3. Isla Kulrup of Repton in 4. And Isla Gray for Grantham goes in lane 5. These 3 swimmers all enter within 17/100ths of each other. The fastest, of course, Connor up in the centre to 17.60 on paper. But it's Gray that turns, or rather Smith that turns first, 106.33. Connor up turns second in 66.79. And Gray third. Final 25 then. Connor Alp of Repton just ahead of Gray of Grantham. Remember, the entry times were around the 2:17 mark. We're going to be very close to that on this finish. 2:17.14 for Connor Alp is faster. 2:17.73 for Gray. It's 2/100 slower than her entry time, but very, very consistent. This is heat 2. Lane 2 is Daisy Tallow-Turner for Chesterfield. 3 is Evie Lilly for Bassett Law. 4 is Phoebe Benyon for Nova Centurion. 5, Harriet Dickerson for Nova Centurion. 6 is Lauren Morley for Kettering. And Livy Vickers of Long Eaton is down in lane 7. Just over 25 left to swim for Phoebe Benyon of Nova Centurion. The 14-year-old, one of the youngest in this group. And yet she's going to win here by well over a body length. Entry time for Benyon was 2:16.22. Well inside that, 2:14.99. Drops underneath the 2:15 mark by 100th to take the heat. Evie Lilly goes 2:17.38 to take second. Harriet Dickerson is in third spot on heat 2. This is heat 3. Charlotte Bemrose of Lauf goes in lane 1. 2 is Libby Cooper for Nova Centurion. 3, Ella May Pryor for Corby. Saley Laurelian of Repton goes in 4. 5 is Dorothy Plumpton for the City of Leicester. Olivia Graham of Repton is in 6. 7 is Maisie Matthews for Lauf. And 8 is Abby Turnbull for Carlton Forum. Very close here between Llewellyn and Plumpton, both 15 years old. Enter on 2:14.80 and 2:15.21. In the end, Llewellyn's going to take it purely on the last length. 2:13.52 for Llewellyn. Plumpton second in 2:14.33. Both of those times faster than what they'd entered on. Abby Turnbull in third place. This is heat 4. Lane 1 is Erin Ingham for Lauf. In 2, Lily Grace Belfield for Chesterfield. 3 is Kyra Winter for Chesterfield. 4 is Anais Kirby for the City of Leicester. 5, Lily Hamilton for Lauf. 6, Orna Lett for Northampton. 7 is Matilda McGrath for Braunston. And 8 is Malande Badenhorst for Corby. Anais Kirby swimming well and out in front. A body length clear of Kyra Winter in lane 3. Winter, the younger of the two at 13 years old. Kirby, aged 14. Their entry times are only a 1/10 of a second apart. Lane 2 also in the mix of the top 3 of this heat. That is Lily Grace Belfield, also from Chesterfield. But Kirby will take the win. 2:09.65 for Anais Kirby is 4 seconds faster than the time that she'd entered on. Second, Winter, 2:11.19. Knocks her 2 seconds off her entry time. Lily Grace Belfield also going faster. This is Heat 5. Lane 1 is Olivia Mayle for Derby XL. 2, Ola Ayton-Jones for Corby. 3 is Grace Drimrod for Northampton. 4, Jasmine Varges of Repton. 5 is Amy Walker for Worksop. 6 is Connie Palmer for Repton. 7, Maddie Weldon for Northampton. And 8 is Emily Talks for Lincoln Vulcans. Lane 6 is swimming very well here. Connie Palmer, the 17-year-old from Repton, entered on 2:12.2. And now has just 10 to swim until she turns for the final time at this end. And has a 5-meter advantage on the rest of this field. This is a great swim from Connie Palmer. So entry time for Palmer, 2:12.20. She's going to be miles inside that with this swim. 2:09.55 for Connie Palmer. Lane 8, Emily Talks takes second. She's only 12 years old. To take second in that heat is very impressive. 2:13.43 for Talks. Walker third. This is Heat 6. The finalists from the boys 100 freestyle in the 16 years and under age group: Ben Roberts, Mario Vasconcelos Blanche, Ethan Sopimos, Harry Milne, Austin Manley, Ewan Cox, Roman Levchenko and Martin Iankov. Reserves: Joe Helps and Lane Keyworth. 17 years and over: Zachariah Dale, Calvin Fry, Alexander Cahoon, Maddox Roberts, Jacob Mills, Joe Litchfield, Daniel Genkus, Tom Truman. Reserves: Angelo Gianni Contini, and Harley James. If you have qualified for a final that, for whatever reason, you do not want to swim, then please make sure you withdraw within 15 minutes from the end of the session. All withdrawals for finals can be made at the medals table. Lane 1 is Lily Tappen for Corby, 2 Olivia Han for Repton, Janet Fung of Derby XL goes in 3, Jess Lines for the City of Leicester is in 4, Phoebe Adams for Northampton in 5, Clara Guinness for for Repton goes in 6, Anna Clark for the City of Leicester is in 7, and Philippa Hickman for Nova Centurion is in lane 8. This is Heat 7. Heat 7, lane 1 is Jessica Cater for Bramcote, Hannah Bruce for South Links in 2, Olivia Beard for Nova in 3, Sana Lefelha of Repton in 4, Lily Freeman of Northampton in 5, Bo Cunningham of Corby in 6, Georgie Reynolds for Repton in 7, and Jennifer Walker for Bassetlaw goes in lane 8. Sana Fuller and Lily Freeman side by side as they approach the final turn at this end. Fuller just ahead, only by 0.2 of a second. Both of these swimmers aged 17 and only 1/10 of a second separating them on entry times. This now the final 25 meters for these. And Freeman might just snatch this, or it'll be very close. Fuller is there first, 2:07.14, but again, on paper, their entry times are exactly a 10th apart. In the pool, their finish times exactly a 10th apart. 2:07.24 for Freeman to 2:07.14 for Fuller. Heat 8. Please pay attention to the following vehicle registrations. If it is your vehicle, please can you report to the centre reception. There are a few. DL65JFT, that's a silver Vauxhall. MX63AFF, that's a red Toyota. KM60YGO, that is a blue Mercedes. WF65FHL, that is a red Jaguar, and MJ69ZZU, that is a green Citroen. So Delta Lima 65, Juliet Foxtrot Juliet, Mike X-Ray 63, Alpha Foxtrot Foxtrot, Kilo Mike 60, Yankee Golf Oscar, Whiskey Foxtrot 65, Foxtrot Hotel Lima, and Mike Juliet 69, Zulu uniform. If one of those is your registration, please can you report to reception. The swimmers in the 80 of the girls 200 meters freestyle are in lane 1, Asma Lafola of Loughborough Uni, 2, Holly Gent of the City of Leicester, 3, Grace Wingham for Corby, 4, Lydia Caudle for Repton, 5, Eleanor Bevan for Derby XL, 6, Kiara Reader for the City of Leicester, 7, Amelia Chescheek for Northampton, and 8, Janie Finch for the City of Leicester. Caudle pushing well ahead of the rest of this field. The 14-year-old entered on 2:07.30. And look at the clear water between her and the rest of the field. With just 5 left to swim, Caudle is going to smash through her entry time, 2:03.52 to take the win. Second, Holly Gent for the City of Leicester, 2:08.13. Asma Fuller gets third place in 2:08.29. This is heat 9. So a reminder of those registrations that we're looking to report to reception. Delta Lima 65, Juliet Foxtrot Juliet, that's a silver Vauxhall. Mike X-Ray 63, Alpha Foxtrot Foxtrot, that's a red Toyota. Kilo Mike 60, Yankee Golf Oscar, that is a blue Mercedes. Whiskey Foxtrot 65, Foxtrot Hotel Lima, that is a red Jaguar. And Mike Juliet 69, Zulu uniform, that is a green Citroen. Ninth heat of the girls, 200 meters freestyle. Lane 1 is Eve Doherty for Repton, 2, Betsy Wizard for Northampton, 3, Eva Acaro for Repton, 4, Meddy Harris for Loughborough Uni, 5, Lucy Fox for Loughborough Uni, 6, Hannah Hodgkiss for Repton, 7, Alyssa Lowe for the City of Leicester, and 8, Emily Parkins for Nova Centurion. Eva Acaro, Meddy Harris, Lucy Fox. This is a very busy heat. Both Acaro and Harris competed at the Olympic Games over the summer. Only a few months ago, they turn within 0.18 of a second of each other. Harris ahead on 1:28 flat, Acaro on 1:28.18. Acaro, absolutely a sprint specialist, and Harris, not a bad sprinter either, but raced in the 4x2 relay, so knows how to do a 200, and it's just like that. 1:58.46 for Meddy Harris, 1:59.63 for Eva Acaro. Lucy Fox takes third in 2:01.04. And those are the top 3 in Heat 9. And remember, there's still 2 more heats to come. This is Heat 10. Tenth heat of the female 200 freestyle. Hannah Capron of Repton goes in 1. Holly Marshall for Lincoln Vulcans is in 2. And then Loughborough Uni have Scarlett Orchard in 3, Abby Wood in 4, and Laura Stevens in 5. Alexandra Bulett for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua goes in 6. Madison Emmett for Repton in 7. And Isabella Acaro of Repton goes in lane 8. Around this time last year, Abby Wood became double European short course champion on the 200 and the 400 individual medley. And earlier this year, Laura Stevens became a world champion on the 200 butterfly. These are 2 very, very experienced swimmers. Wood is out well in front. 56.73 is almost a full second clear of Laura Stevens. And now the final length for Abby Wood. She is well over a body length clear of Laura Stevens and into her final 5 meters. Entered on a 1:55. It's not going to be a million miles outside that in the heat. 1:56.67. Impressive from Wood. Stevens goes 2 minutes, 0.23, and Bulett goes 2:02.2. This is Heat 11. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can all swimmers for the breaststroke events this morning ensure they are in marshalling. That's all swimmers for the boys 50 breaststroke and all swimmers for the girls 100 breaststroke. Please be reporting to marshalling now. Thank you. Final heat of the female 200 meters freestyle. Darcy Platts to the City of Leicester goes in 1. Maria Romaskoya of Derby Excel is in 2. Jessica Smelt for Repton in 3. Freya Colbert of Loughborough Uni in 4. Honey Osrin for Loughborough Uni in 5. Anna Tyers for Derby Excel goes in lane 6. Kazia Titterton for the Uni of Nottingham in 7. And Isabel Lee for the Uni of Nottingham goes in lane 8. Colbert, British champion on this event, the 200 freestyle. But also a world champion from the Doha World Championships this year. Great to see her racing in this pool where she has spent so much of her time training. Of course, came up through Grantham, then moved on to Nova Centurion. And now swimming for Loughborough Performance Centre and Loughborough University. Entry time for Colbert is 1:53.2. Just 10 left to swim. (1:56.47) for Colbert. Well, that would make her v Wood very interesting in the final. Osrin takes second, 1:59.16, so she drops underneath 2 minutes as well. Jessica Smelt in third place. Our next event is the boys 50 meters breaststroke. This is heat 1. These will be a little bit more speedy then. Edward Rosnovat of Colville goes in 3. Raymond Dolby Rose for Worksups in 4. 5 is Morgan Farrar for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. And 6 is Ellis Bancroft for Loughborough. Lane 4 just ahead. Dolby Rose, the 14-year-old from Worksup. But lane 3, not looking bad here at all. That is Rosnovat of Colville. It is Rosnovat that wins in 32.55. Farrar second in 32.67. This is heat 2. We've again been asked to repeat the announcement requesting the cars to report to reception. Those car registrations are Delta Lima 6-5, Juliet Foxtrot, Juliet Mike X-Ray 6-3, Alpha Foxtrot, Foxtrot Kilo Mike 6-0, Yankee Golf Oscar, Whiskey Foxtrot 6-5, Foxtrot Hotel Lima, and Mike Juliet 6-9, Zulu Zulu Uniform. If one of those is your registration, please report to reception immediately. Lane 7 is going to win this heat. Keyworth goes 31.79. Second is Sacco Pavola, and third is Harrison Griggs-White. This is heat 3. Third heat, the boys 50 meters breaststroke. Lane 6 looking strong and side by side with lane 7. So that's Merriweather in 6 and Angel in 7. Merriweather might just edge this. He does in 31.18. Second actually came from Boyd down in lane 8. 31.30. Angel pushed into third by 6/100ths. This is heat 4. Four feet to 50 breaststroke, lane 3, off with the best start. That is Cameron White of the Union Nottingham, 22 years old. Lane 5, looking strong also, that's Caleb O'Brien of Corby. Final 5 meters, will this be O'Brien or White? It'll be O'Brien in 29.08. White also drops under 30 seconds to go 29.20, as does Oide Nichols in 29.84. This is heat 5. Lane 1 is Paul Page for Hinckley, 2 James Annable for Derby XL, 3 Charles Simpson for Rebson, 4 Adam Metcalf for Loughborough, 5 Harvey Freeman, Loughborough Uni, 6 Ethan Lawton, Derby XL, 7 Luke Whitton, Long Eaton, and 8 Alex Manley for Lincoln Vulcans. Lanes 4 and 5 side by side on this one. Harvey Freeman versus Adam Metcalf. First to touch is Freeman, 28.97. Just ahead of Metcalf, 29.22, and Simpson goes 29.61. So 4 swimmers underneath 30. This is going to be a tricky final to qualify for. This is heat 6. Well, Commonwealth medalist and European medalist Greg Butler goes in lane 4, and he would certainly be the favourite for this race. The 24-year-old from Loughborough Uni enters on 26.50, and you can see that he is in a league of his own with 5 meters left to swim. Butler is going to take this comfortably. Second place certainly up for grabs. Thomas Page takes second in 28.94. William Tonks third in 28.97. Only 3 100s between those two. But Greg Butler going 27.92, a full second faster than anyone else in that heat. We move on to our next event this morning, the girls' 100 meters breaststroke. This is heat 1. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please could we have athletes for the 400 IM reporting to marshalling. All swimmers for the 400 IM, please report to marshalling. Well, all 3 swimmers in this first heat are para-athletes. Rose Webb of Northampton goes in 3, Eliza Humphrey of Northampton in 4, and Amber Haycock of Northampton in 5. It is Lane 4, Eliza Humphrey, well out in front. She's going to touch first in 1:34.49. Second, Amber Haycock in 1:36.70. And Rose Webb still to come. So their classifications: Humphrey SB11. The B, by the way, refers to breaststroke because the classification for physical impairments can be slightly different depending on the stroke. Amber Haycock SB9 and Rose Webb SB6. She's got just 5 meters left to go. The 13-year-old from Northampton entered on a 2:04.2. She's going to be just outside that, but she goes 2:06.51 this morning. Heat 2. Lane 1 is Grace McDonald for Grantham. 2, Poppy Westmoreland for Nova Centurion. 3, Sasha DeZeus of Nova Centurion. 4 is Maisie Wilkes for Chesterfield. 5, Olivia Forsman for Leicester Sharks. 6 is Isla Gray for Grantham. 7, Nia Wilkinson for Northampton. And 8, Scarlett Humphrey for Northampton. Humphrey also a para swimmer. She is in the SB11 classification. That is a visual impairment, and S11 means that the swimmers have no or very limited vision. They have no vision because their goggles are blacked out, so Scarlett will be unable to see anything. You'll also notice at the end of each race, her goggles will be checked by the officials to make sure that no light can pass through them. Lane 3 is just ahead. Zeus of Nova Centurion is 14 years old, enters on 1:19.48. She's under a little bit of pressure from McDonald down in lane 1, but with 5 left to go, she should be able to take this. Sasha Zeus of Nova does just pip it in 1:18.49. Second, Grace McDonald in 1:19.7. And third, Maisie Wilkes. Scarlett Humphrey goes 1:30.49. And that'll likely be a medal in the para swimming classification. We'll obviously have to wait for the full results to confirm those. This is Heat 3. Lane 1 is Alice May Downs for the City of Lincoln. In 2, Sigourney Bolton for South Links. 3 is Mabel Walker for Repton. 4, Hannah Capron for Repton. 5, Philippa Hickman for Nova Centurion. 6 is Emily Batchelor for Kettering. Olivia Crow of Melton Mowbray goes in 7. And Charlotte Jarman of Rushton is in lane 8. Hannah Capron in lane 4 is going to take this by a body length. The Repton swimmer goes 1:11.37 to take the touch and the win. Second is Mabel Walker, and Pippa Higman in third place. This is heat 4. Lane 1 is Charlotte Byron for Melton Mowbray, 2 Ali Parks for the City of Lincoln, 3 Neve Dunbar for the City of Leicester, 4 Mabley Collier for Repton, 5 Lily Jackson Oates for Nova Centurion, 6 Olivia Anstey for Louth, 7 Libby Buckby for Nova Centurion, and 8 Alice Green for Swadlincote. We saw Collier in action multiple times last night, winning both the 50 and the 200 meters breaststroke. The junior swimmer is the second fastest seed into the entire meet. Final 5 meters then for Mabley Collier. She's going to take the touch in 1:11.57. Second is Lily Jackson Oates in 1:12.69. Neve Dunbar is third to the wall. This is heat 5. Lane 1 is Maisie Matthews for Louth, 2 is Connie Renard for Repton, 3 is Isabella Parsons-Loads for Repton, 4 is Lily Booker for Loughborough University, 5 Kira Fletcher for Nova Centurion, 6 Amelia Denham for Chesterfield, 7 is Maisie Simpson-Dawson for Repton, and 8 is Phoebe Morgan for Belper-Marlin. Lily Booker way ahead of the rest of this field. She's 2 seconds faster on paper. It's going to be a lot more than 2 seconds in the water, though. How fast can she go this morning? Entered on a 67. She's gone 68.24. Nice swim from Lily Booker this morning. Second, Connie Renard in 1:14.01, which means Booker won by 6 clear seconds. Simpson-Dawson in third place. And that is the girls' 100 breaststroke complete. This is the open male 400 meters individual medley, heat 1. Finalists in the female 200 meters freestyle junior final will be Anna Tyers, Holly Gent, Alyssa Lowe, Lydia Caudle, Hannah Capron, Darcy Platts, Kiara Reeder and Janie Finch. Reserves will be Jess Lines and Anais Kirby. 17 years and over will be Lucy Fox, Eva Acaro, Medi Harris, Freya Colbert, Abby Wood, Honey Osrin, Laura Stevens, Jessica Smelt, and reserves will be Alexandra Bulett and Kazaya Titata. And in the 50 breaststroke, junior finalists will be Joseph Wright, Cole Angel, Orion Nath, William Tonks, Jaden Leo, Aman Tethi, Benjamin Roberts, and Lane Keyworth. Reserves will be Harrison Clark and Max Holland. Seniors, Charles Simpson, Cameron White, Caleb O'Brien, Thomas Page, Harvey Freeman, Tyler Toombs, Adam Metcalf, and Daniel Oide-Nichols. Reserves will be Ethan Lawton and Michael Grachev. First tee to boys 400 medley. Lane 3 is Maxwell Millington for Nova. 4 is Thomas Collins for Bassett Law, and 5 Will Newham for Calverton and Bingham. Finalists for the girls 100 breaststroke. Junior finalists will be Olivia Anstey, Viva Hickman, Connie Renard, Hannah Capron, Mably Collier, Neve Dunbar, Maisie Simpson Dawson, Amelia Denham, and reserves will be Phoebe Morgan and Alice May Downs. And senior finalists will be Emily Batchelor, Olivia Crow, Mabel Walker, Lily Booker, Lily Jackson Oates, Kira Fletcher, Ellie Parks, and Scarlett Humphrey. Reserves will be Eliza Humphrey and Amber Haycock. Final 50 of this 400 medley then. Maxwell Millington is in 3, Thomas Collins is in 4, and Will Newham is in 5. And it is lane 5 who leads. William Newham takes the win there underneath the 5-minute mark, 4:59.45. That is 15 seconds faster than his entry time. Actually, all 3 of those boys improving on their entry swims by considerable margins. This is Heat 2. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can swimmers for the next event, the girls 100 meters butterfly, start to report to marshalling. Swimmers for the girls 100 butterfly, please start to report to marshalling. So 1 to 8, Jake Battle, Jack Hicks, Ethan Simmons, Samuel Green, Emerson Blue-Gubwell, Freddie Burdett, Oliver Lond, and Maxwell Burdett. We're still seeking the owners of the following vehicles. Mike, X-Ray, 6-3, Alpha, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Kilo, Mike, 6-0, Yankee, Golf, Oscar. And Mike, Juliet, 6-9, Zulu, Zulu, Uniform. So that's 3 vehicles. MX, 6-3, AFF. KM60YGO and MJ69ZZU. If one of those is your vehicles, please report to reception immediately. Thank you. Samuel Green swimming very, very well here. Miles out in front of the rest of this field. The Bachelor swimmer has only 25 meters left to go at his 400 IM. He comes in to finish off there on 4:55.03, dropping underneath that 5-minute mark for the first time. His time before this was 5:07.62. That was his lifetime best in the 4IM. And he's just gone underneath 5 minutes for the first time, 4:55.03. It's a PB of 12 seconds for Samuel Green. Freddie Burnett goes 5:03.81, also improving on his entry swim. Jake Battle third. The boys are swimming quick this morning. This is heat 3. Lucas Kimber of Derby XL goes in lane 1. 2 is Brody Butlin for Nova Centurion. 3, Jackson Crabb for the City of Leicester. 4, Ben Darby for Lincoln Vulcans. 5, Eddie Barron for Nova Centurion. 6 is Harry Lucas for the City of Leicester. 7, Zachary Jones for Northampton. And 8, Edward Ostcroft for Northampton. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, just to remind you, as with yesterday, the published warm-up is the wrong way round, so we always follow the first event will be the first warm-up. The first event this afternoon is a boys event, and therefore boys will warm up first. So it will be the other way round to publish, exactly the same as yesterday, and was announced and communicated yesterday. But just for the avoidance of doubt, in case you weren't here, the warm-up for tomorrow's, tomorrow, we're not here tomorrow, for the warm-up for this afternoon session will be flipped the other way around. So boys will warm up first, girls will warm up second. Well, Harry Lucas is having a brilliant swim. The 14-year-old, yes, you heard that right, just 14 from the city of Leicester, enters on a 5:08, and that is his lifetime best. 5:08.83, set only in February of this year, so 7 months ago or so. And he is absolutely annihilating the rest of the field here. Never been under 5 minutes before, but he's going to be well under 5 minutes this morning. Harry Lucas goes 4:56.46 to take the win on heat 3 and to take it by 10 meters. Jackson Crabb goes 5:06.4. Brody Butlin goes 5:07.1. Harry Lucas had to do that all on his own. Yeah, he's just gone and posted a 12-second lifetime best. This is heat 4. 4 feet of the boys 400 medley. Lawrence Chapman goes in lane 1 for Works Up. Will Oxley for the City of Leicester's in 2. Thomas Townsend for Repton in 4. 5 is Jacob Fish for Grantham. 6, Eden Rowe for Northampton. 7, Joel Harby for Nova. And 8, Oliver Smith for Radford. Jacob Fish swimming well here in lane 5. The 15-year-old from Grantham enters on a 4:51.84. We've seen some pretty big PBs today. 12 seconds in the last heat. Exceptionally impressive. Fish will be on track for one here too. 4:53.86 for Jacob Fish. Well, it's just outside actually of his entry time. Eden Rowe second in 4:57.10. That is exactly 2 seconds faster than the time that he'd entered on. Townsend in there as well, 4:56.95 for him. This is heat 5. Lane 1 is Jack Hurry for Northampton. 2 is Nicholas Soko-Pavola for Nova. In 3, Noah Van Herbeek for Chesterfield. 5 is James Lake for Loughborough. 6, Austin Manley for Repton. 7, Luke Chambers for Derby XL. And 8 is Jack Smith for the City of Leicester. Austin Manley going very well out in lane 6 here. The 14-year-old enters on 4:46.33. That's under threat, I would suggest here, with 12.5 meters left to race. Manley of Repton, can he go underneath 4:46.3? Yes, he can, smashes it, 4:37.81. 9 seconds underneath. Noah Hurbeek goes 4:44.27. Saka Pavola goes 4:46.51. But Manley, 4:37.81. This is heat 6, the final heat. Finally, of the open male 400 IM, Joseph Mulligan of Nova Centurion is in lane 1. Then Loughborough Uni have Oliver Caddick in 2, Thomas Wilkinson in 3, Max Litchfield in 4, Vadim Bosk in 5, and Luke Iverson in 6. Elliot Sibley of Nova goes in 7, and Jack Bignall for Northampton is in lane 8. Max Litchfield, a world medalist on this event. British champion and British record holder long course. Doesn't hold the British record short course, that is Duncan Scott's. Turns there in 2 minutes, 0.06. At halfway, and now the breaststroke portion begins. Yeah, that British record from Scott stood since 2019. It's 3:59.81. And this is actually the first time that Max has swum this event in a short course pool since the ISL back in 2021. There's just 4 lengths remaining for him. He turns there in 3:12.73. He's never gone underneath 3 minutes. Fastest ever time for him was in 2018, 4 minutes, 0.18. And now he's only got 25 meters left to swim. Well, Max Litchfield has been completely in control of this race, and there's no surprise there. An Olympian qualifying in this event. He's got just 5 meters left to swim. 4th place at the Olympics, 1st place at the East Mids Short Course Championships. 4:09.51 for Max Litchfield in his first swim in a short course pool since 2021. Second is Vadim Bosk in 4:25.70. Luke Ibbison goes 4:26.89. Thomas Wilkinson 4:29.86. This is the girls' 100 meters butterfly, heat 1. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can we have athletes for the 100 back reporting to marshalling? Athletes for the 100 backstroke, please report to marshalling now. Lane 1 in his first heat, Scarlett Humphrey for Northampton. Philippa Bodie for the City of Leicester goes in 2. Kiara Reeder for the City of Leicester is in 3. 4 is Clara Guinness for Repton. Charlotte Callahan-Wetton of Nova in 5. Isabella Parsons-Lloyds for Repton in 6. 7 is Connie Renard for Repton. Lane 7 going very well here. That is Connie Renard, the 16-year-old, entered on 109.10. She has a body length on the rest of this heat and is almost certainly going to take it. Lane 4, Guinness is coming back strong, but not enough to catch her. Renard goes 106.52 to take the heat. And Scarlett Humphrey is still coming down in lane 1. Going 121.97. This is heat 2. Lane 1 is Katie Maloney of Louth. 2, Annabelle Wilk. No, it's not. Lane 1 is Anna Clark for the City of Leicester. 2 is Evelyn Connor for Ripley. 3 is Emily Parkins for Nova. 4 is Orna Lett for Northampton. And then lane 8 is Daisy Dunton for Repton. That's more like it. We're only on heat 2. Getting ahead of myself slightly. First to touch is lane 3. Emily Parkins of Nova just ahead. Lane 8 going well, Daisy Dunton. Quite a challenge for her with 3 empty lanes to her right, effectively swimming this race entirely on her own. Parkins still just ahead on that turn. Swam the 200 fly yesterday, and many of these would have done. Parkins and Lett very close together as they come in. It is Parkins first, Dunton second, Lett third. Only 100th between Emily Parkins and Daisy Dunton as we go to heat 3. And there is that result ranked for you. Parkins, Dunton, Lett 1, 2, 3. And there's a start list for heat 3 ready. Lane 1 is just lined for the City of Leicester. Eleanor Bevan for Derby XL goes in 2. Ellie Tennant for Long Eaton's in 3. Jasmine Varges for Repton's in 4. Elodie Piercy for Repton is in 5. Jess Oxley for the City of Leicester's in 6. Grace McDonald for Grantham is in 7. And Kyra Winter for Chesterfield is in lane 8. Full complement of 8 swimmers in this heat. I do have the results from the open male 400 metres individual medley. Junior medals. The bronze goes to Nicholas Saukal-Pavola of Nova Centurion. The silver to Jack Bignell of Northampton, and the gold to Repton's Austin Manley. And the senior medals, the bronze goes to Luke Ibbison for Loughborough Uni, the silver to Vadim Bosch for Loughborough Uni, and the gold to Max Litchfield for Loughborough Uni. Final 5 for this one then, and lane 3, Ellie Tennant, and lane 7. It is 7 first, 105.88 for Grace McDonald. Tennant goes 106.00, so 12 100s between them. Vargas in third. This is heat 4. Katie Maloney of Louth goes in 1. Annabelle Wilkinson for Chesterfield in 2. Helen Sharrett for Derby Phoenix in 3. Betsy Wizard of Northampton in 4. Abby Wood for Loughborough Uni in 5. Alyssa Lowe for the City of Leicester in 6. Eva Bailey for Loughborough Uni in 7. And Lily Freeman of Northampton in lane 8. Wood is fastest out in 28.63. Wizard goes 29.06 next to her. Wizard here representing Northampton, but spending a lot of time training out in the United States, racing with the University of Arkansas. There's just 10 left to swim on this heat, and Wizard is trailing Wood by a body length or so. It's Wood that takes the touch under the minute, 59.15 for Abby Wood. Betsy Wizard second in 1:16, and Wilkinson third in 1:02.9. This is heat 5. Francesca Harrison for the City of Leicester is in 1. 2 is Miley Aram for Derby Excel. 3, Medi Harris for Loughborough University. 4, Georgina Pryor for Derby Excel. 5, Lucy Fox for Loughborough Uni. 6, Jessica Smelt for Repton. 7, Asma Lafolha for Loughborough Uni. And 8, Alexandra Bewlett for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. 28.1 for Pryor to go out fastest. Harris keeping with her, and they turn pretty much together. Harris just behind with 25 left to race. But Georgie Pryor just takes it, 59.97, dropping underneath the minute mark, just like Wood did in the previous heat. Harris goes 1 minute, 0.66. Fox third in 1:01.67. This is heat 6. Lane 1 is Olivia Anstey for Louth. Lane 2 is Lily Booker for Loughborough Uni. Harriet Rogers of Loughborough is in 3. 4, Laura Stevens for Loughborough. 5, Eva Acaro for Repton. 6, Anna Stansfield for the Uni Nottingham. 7, Jenny Finch for the City of Leicester. And 8, Olivia Beard for Nova Centurion. Saw Laura in action in the 200 fly yesterday. Now going for half the distance. Acaro just to her right-hand side, but Stevens leads by a body length. 58.99 for Laura Stevens to set the quickest time into the finals. Acaro second in 1 minute, 0.51. That'll be enough to put her in there as well, I should think. And Lily Booker goes 63.11 to take third from lane 2. Our next event is the boys, 100 meters backstroke. This is heat 1. Lane 3 is Bruce D for Northampton, 4 Matteo Monaco for South Links, and 5 Owen Johnson for Repton. Both D and Johnson are para swimmers, and Bruce D representing Great Britain at the Paralympics in the summer. So can now call himself a Paralympic finalist, was so close to being a Paralympic medalist and has his sights firmly set on LA 2028. In fact, that was always the plan for D. Did incredibly well at the Olympic and Paralympic trials back in April in order to make the team. Went out there and made 2 finals. Did simply incredibly. There's 5 left to go for Matteo Monaco of South Links, who takes the win in 103.27. That is a second and a half faster than his entry time. Owen Johnson goes 111.44 to take second. And Bruce D's entry time on this one is 124.90. Which I think he'll be just outside, but very close. 125.14 for Bruce D. This is Heat 2. Lane 2 is Leighton Anderson Snowden for Lauf. 3, Zach Silcock for Carlton Forum. 4, Lorenzio Cholan for Corby. 5, Harry Lucas for the City of Leicester. 6, Marshall Golder for Hinckley. 7 is James Hockey for Colville. Synchronized turns from lanes 2 and 4. Anderson Snowden and Cholan. Now Cholan leads, but lane 7 coming back strong. That's James Hockey. Cholan will be able to do enough to hold on and take Heat 2. 102.54 for the Corby Summer. It's over a second faster than his entry time. Hockey second in 103.67. This is Heat 3. Third heat of the boys, 100 backstroke. Daniel Doyle of Kettering goes in 1. 2 is Jack Zeravica for Grantham. 3 is Corey Butterall Quambra for Bassett Law. 4, Sebastian Casey for Hinckley. 5, Daniel Hubbelston for the City of Lincoln. 6, Lucas Newbolt for Lincoln Vulcans. 7, Zach Heidel for Nova Centurion. 8, William Newham for Calverton and Bingham. Butterall Quambra is ahead in lane 3. He's got just 10 meters left to go and a body length on Jack Zeravica from Grantham. It is Butterall Quambra that takes the win in 102.19. Second place was William Newham in lane 8. Zach Heidel took third from 7. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can athletes for the 50 backstroke report to marshalling. Athletes for the 50 backstroke to marshalling, please. This is heat 4. Jacob Fish goes in lane 1 for Grantham. Finley Dare of Corby is in 2. 3 is Harvey J. Allsop for Nova. 4, Cole Angel for Kettering. 5 is Carlos Sierra Vilgas for Chesterfield. In 6, it's Billy Harding of Repton. 7 is Jensen Hilton for the City of Lincoln. And 8 is Danny Barron for Etwall. This is one of the tightest races I've seen so far this morning. Almost impossible to judge who's going to win, with both Angel and Villegas side by side as they approach the wall. It's Villegas first, just 101.40 to Angel's 101.56. 16 100ths between the Chesterfield and Kettering swimmers. This is heat 5. Matthew Deason of Braunston goes in 1. Adam Fraser for Rushton is in 2. Joshua Clark for Grantham in 3. Noah Retzler for Loughborough Uni in 4. Jake France for Worksop in 5. And then Derby XL have Laurel Roberts Burrell in 6. Sebastian Ebanks in 7. And Jacob Pemberton in lane 8. Noah Retzler leads the way here. The 19-year-old from Loughborough Uni enters on 56.40. He goes 55.93. Great swim this morning from Retzler. France is second in 57.40. Josh Clark goes 58.52. This is heat 6. Dominic Bartoletti of Repton goes in 1. Finley Caudle for Repton is in 2. Nathan Morgan of Repton in 3. DX have Ethan Lawton in 4. Zachariah Dale of Repton is in 5. 6 is Ethan Soppin-Moss of Corby. 7 is Tyler Hollyman of Corby. And 8 is Joe Helps for Repton. Ten left to swim. For lane 5, Zachariah Dale, who's going to take this by a body length. He goes 55.85. That's almost a full second quicker than his entry time. Second, Ethan Lawton, 57.61. Finley Caudle third in a 57.92. That's a second faster than his entry time as well. Quick swims this morning. This is heat 7. Final heat of the open male 100 meters backstroke. Dylan Jameson of Derby XL goes in 1. Ethan Randall for Corby's in 2. Harry Milne for Repton in 3. George Whittle for Derby XL in 4. Jacob Mills for Repton in 5. Martin Iankov of Repton in 6. 7 is Jack Goldfinch for Loughborough. 8, Henry Knight for Rushton. Very close between lanes 3 and 4. Harry Milne goes in 3. George Whittle goes in 4. And Milne, still a junior, age 16. He's looking to qualify for the junior final. So we're likely to see here, potentially, lane 4 in both finals qualify side by side. It is Whittle first, 56.50. Second, Milne, 57.04. And Iankov goes 58.34 to take third place. So Milne's 57.0 will be the fastest junior time. This is the girls' 50 meters backstroke, heat 1. Charlotte Bemrose of Louth goes in 2. Anna Clark for the City of Leicester's in 3. Julia Radek for Rushton in 4. Jennifer Walker for Bassett Law in 5. Maisie Moore for Repton in 6. And Evie Bevan for the City of Leicester in lane 7. Just 2 lengths of Harvey Haddon Sports Village North Pool for these swimmers. Lane 4 is going to take this. That's Radek of Rushden in 32.07. Evie Bevan, 32.23. Very tight between those swimmers. Radek's time just 6/100ths outside her entry. This is heat 2. Lane 1 is Zoe Ellis for Leicester Sharks. Lane 2, Maisie Simpson-Dawson for Repton. 4 is Charlotte Byron for Melton Mowbray. 5, Sarah Dew for Leicester Sharks. 6 is Olivia Mayle for Derby Excel. 7, Julia Joswiak for Leicester Sharks. And 8, Miley Aram for Derby Excel. Lane 4 might be just fractions ahead. Charlotte Byron hits the wall in 31.46, which is 2/100ths outside her entry. Sarah Dew goes 31.79 to take second on heat 2. This is heat 3. Already more than halfway through heat 3. Lane 4, Fenella Woodis of Repton is a body length clear of the rest of the field and charging towards the wall. Woodis is going to take this comfortably in 28.65. First time we've seen underneath the 30-second mark. Second, Connie Davies. Annabelle Crees in third. This is heat 4. Lanes 1 through 8, Chescheek, Turnbull, Hall, Pryor, Osrin, Palmer, King, Ratliff. Turnaround for these swimmers on this packed program is really tough. Pryor was only just in the breaststroke event, now straight into the pool to do a 50 backstroke and flying through it as well. With 5 left to swim, Pryor's going to take this by a body length. She goes 28.30. Honey Osrin second in 29.1. Charlotte Hall takes third. This is heat 5. Final heat of the girls 50 backstroke from 1 through 8. Cameron, Webb, Lee, Cox, De Groot, Gent, Neve and Reynolds. Lauren Cox, a world championship medalist, has got just
This is the boys 200 meters butterfly, heat 1.
Five heats to the boys 200 butterfly to enjoy this morning. This is the first of those 5. Case Al-Hijazi for the City of Leicester goes in lane 3. 4 is Corey Butterall Quambra for Bassett Law. In 5, David Bucher for Works Up, and in 6, Leighton Anderson Snowden for Louth. Swimmers, coaches, team managers, please can swimmers for the girls 200 medley, the last event of the morning, report to marshalling. Girls for the 200 medley, please report for marshalling. Final few meters for Butterall Quambra before he takes this first heat of the boys 200 fly. He goes 2:22.44, which is 4 seconds faster than his entry time. Bucher goes 2:27.8, and Al-Hijazi goes 2:28.0 to round off your top 3. This is heat 2. Lane 1 is Jacob Breers for Deepings. 2, Jake Battle for Repton. In 3, Lucas Granville for Nova. 4 is Dominic Bartoletti for Repton. 5, Eddie Barron for Nova. 6 is Ethan Soppet-Moss of Corby. Dan Doyle for Kettering goes in 7. And William Swindlehurst for Nova Centurion is in lane 8. Swindlehurst very fast out on the first 50. 31.42 to lead from lane 8. William Swindlehurst going very well on the far side. I said he went out fast and wondered if he'd be able to keep it. Well, so far he's been able to hold on to it. I don't want to speak too soon. There's still 50 meters left to go. Bartoletti closing the gap slightly in the center, and Daniel Doyle of Kettering trying to push on and go alongside Swindlehurst in 8. And actually, Doyle is going to do exactly that. He will turn first with 25 left to go. And this is a great swim from Daniel Doyle of Kettering. The lane 7 swimmer had entered on 2:22.54. He's just gone 2:16.64. Just checking I've got that completely right. Yeah, 2:22.5 down to a 2:16.6. 6 seconds faster than his entry time. Wins the heat from lane 7. This is heat 3. Lane 1 is Freddie Burdett of the City of Leicester. 2, Alex Bates for Chesterfield. 3, Curtis Minnie for Kettering. 4 is Joe Litchfield for Loughborough Uni. 7 is Harrison Bywater for Loughborough. And 8 is Jacob Fish for Grantham. No surprise here, really, to see Joe Litchfield out leaps and bounds clear of the rest of the field. We'll see both Litchfield brothers compete in the 200 butterfly. Max to come in 2 heats' time. Casually does a 58.0 as his 100-meter split of his 200 fly. Entry time for Litchfield is 1:56 flat. So we'll have to wait and see how fast he's able to go here. 1:28.4. Well, it's going to be underneath 2 minutes for Litchfield. And he's going to win it by 20 meters or so. Joe Litchfield of Loughborough Uni hits the ball in 1:59.59. Well, it was brave of me to say it was going to be underneath 2 minutes because it only just was, but nonetheless, smashes through the 2-minute barrier to go 1:59.59. Lane 3, Curtis Minnie is going to take 2nd place in a time to be confirmed. So to 16.46 for Mini, to 18.63 for Bates. This is heat 4. Oliver Henshaw of Belper-Marlin goes in lane 1 on this one. James Dobney for Grantham's in 2. Lewis Fitch for the City of Leicester is in 3. Ruben Robotham Keating for Loughborough Union 4. Thomas Sansom for Loughborough Union 5. Joshua Clark for Grantham in 6. William Oxley for the City of Leicester in 7. And Gareth Cox for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua goes in lane 8. Well, Robotham Keating has gone out faster than Litchfield did. 57.81 for Ruben Arquet. Sansom, his teammate, trailing him at the moment. Elsewhere in the pool, third to turn, was James Dobney of Grantham. Final 5 meters then. What time is Ruben Robotham Keating going to post in this 200 fly? It's a 1:59.49, so it's just faster than Joe Litchfield, but only by a 1/10 of a second. Sansom second in 2:05.38. Fitch third. This is heat 5. Final heat of the boys 200 fly. Joel Harby goes in lane 1 for Nova. 2 is Jack Hurry for Northampton. 3, Eden Rowe for Northampton. 4, Max Litchfield for Loughborough Uni. 5, Charles Simpson for Repton. 6, James Lake for Loughborough. 7, Paul Page for Hinckley. 8, Henry Jones for Dronfield. So Litchfield goes 57.60. This is going to be very similar to the 2 fastest times we've seen already from Joe Litchfield and from Ruben Robotham Keating. So we could have quite the final on our hands with the 200 fly. Max Litchfield has already swum a 400 IM, and now one of the favorites in the 200 fly. 400 medley and 200 fly in the same session. And of course, because of the final qualification, it'll be 400 medley and 2 200s fly. 5 left to swim. Lane 4 hits the wall first, of course. Max Litchfield goes 156.98. Brilliant last few meters from Litchfield to secure that time. Simpson second in 2:05.75. But Max Litchfield will go fastest into the final by a good old way. This is the female 200 meters individual medley, heat 1. Finalists for the female 100 meters butterfly. Junior finalists are Olivia Beard, Grace McDonald, Olivia Anstey, Alyssa Lowe, Janie Finch, Miley Aram, Connie Renards, and Jasmine Varges. Reserves are Francesca Harrison and Kyra Winter. In the senior age group, Anna Stansfield, Lucy Fox, Betsy Wizard, Laura Stevens, Georgina Pryor, Eva Acaro, Annabelle Wilkinson, and Helen Sharrett. Reserves Harriet Rogers and Alexandra Bulett. Boys 100 backstroke, junior, Jacob Pemberton, Dylan Jameson, Ethan Soppe-Moss, Harry Milne, Martin Iankov, Joshua Clark, Dominic Bartoletti, Joe Helps. Reserves Carlo Sierra Villegas and Cole Angel. And senior swimmers, Nathan Morgan, Ethan Lawton, George Whittle, Zachariah Dale, Noah Retzler, Jake France, Finley Caudle, and Laurel Roberts Burrell. Well, first place is going to be lane 4. Joswiak goes 2:32.80 to take the win on the first heat. Lane 5 is going to take second place. This is Amber Haycock of Northampton. She is one of our para swimmers competing in the SM10 classification. 2:45.23 for Haycock. And here comes Scarlett Humphrey. How fast can she go? 2:55.59 is the time from Scarlett Humphrey. Eliza Humphrey comes in on lane 6. That time 3:08.98. Or rather revised now, sorry, to 3:06.59. And one more swimmer still to go. Rose Webb down in lane 2 is another para swimmer. She's competing in the SM6 classification and has just 5 meters left to go. Rose is only 13 years old, competing in these championships. She's going to hit the wall though in 3:40.89. and knock 3 seconds off her entry time. So well done to Rose. This is heat 2. Lane 1 is Imogen Howitt for Bassett Law. Gracie May Cole of Lincoln Vulcans goes in 2. Zoe Ellis for Leicester Sharks is in 3. Orna Lett for Northampton in 4. Maisie Matthews for Louth in 5. Emily Talks for Lincoln Vulcans in 6. Chloe Morley for the City of Leicester in 7. And Annabelle Blackbird for Repton goes in lane 8. Finalists in the boys 200 meters butterfly. 16 years and under age group. Freddie Badette, Dan Doyle, Joel Harvey, Eden Rowe, Joshua Clark, Jack Hurry, Alex Bates, and William Swindlehurst. Reserves Dominic Bartoletti and Lucas Granville. And then senior athletes Gareth Cox, Lewis Fitch, Thomas Sansom, Max Litchfield, Ruben Robotham-Keating, Charles Simpson, James Dobney, and Curtis Minnie. Reserves are James Lake and Harrison Bywater. Remember, all of the results are available for you to view online, as well as being posted on the wall in the spectator gallery and the entrance to the changing rooms from poolside for the swimmers. emswimchamps.org.uk for the links to the live results. You can also access the live stream link there as well, or just head to YouTube and search for Swim England East Midlands. All of the events this weekend have been covered live and immediately uploaded afterwards. So if you want to go and watch your swim back, you can do so. Just search for Swim England East Midlands on YouTube. Well, the last 5 complete, and wow, look at that for a finish. Annabelle Blackbird took it from lane 8 in 2:32.81. Maisie Matthews went 2:33.1 to take second through the centre. Howitt third, 2:33.22. They couldn't be further apart. Lanes 1, 5, and 8 take third, second, and first. This is heat 3. Lane 1 is Charlotte Bemrose for Louth. 2, Connie Banerjee for Derby XL. 3, Sian Headley for Nova Centurion. 4, Sadie Llewellyn for Repton. 5, Sasha Zeus for Nova Centurion. 6 is Kate Andrews for the City of Leicester. 7, Jessica Robinson for Nova Centurion. And 8, Maisie Simpson-Dawson for Repton. Lane 8 doing very well on this race. Simpson Dawson, the 14-year-old swimmer from Repton. A body length clear of lane 6 at the moment, which is Kate Andrews for the City of Leicester. Andrews gaining on Simpson Dawson. But might run out of road to catch her. Lane 4 starting to come through. Sadie Llewellyn pushing hard on the freestyle portion of this IM. Simpson Dawson just takes the touch in 2:30.85. Llewellyn second in 2:31.23. Andrews third in 2:31.96. This is heat 4. Lane 1 is Charlotte Callahan-Wetton for Nova Centurion. 2 is Ellie Parks for City of Lincoln. In 3, Lily Tappan for Corby. 4 is Alice Streeter for the Union Nottingham. 5 is Amelia Chescheek for Northampton. 6, Orla Ayton-Jones for Corby. And 8, Charlotte Byron for Melton Mowbray. Amelia Chescheek leads over Alice Streeter after the backstroke portion, but backstroke is Chescheek's speciality. So expect the others to come back at her quite strongly here, especially swimmers like Lily Tappan, who really excel on the breaststroke portion of this race. Again, another car situation. White Fiat 500, Delta November 6-4, Whiskey Charlie Victor. Delta November 6-4, Whiskey Charlie Victor. If that is your white Fiat 500, then please head to reception as soon as you can. Back to the swimming, lane 5. Amelia Chescheek is still ahead. Has held off the breaststrokers and now pushed onto the freestyle. Tappan looks like she could take Streeter for second place, but it will be Chescheek with the win. 2:25.15 for Amelia Chescheek. That's 3 seconds faster than her entry time. That's one of the quickest swims we've seen today. Tappan second, 2:27.52. Streeter third. This is heat 5. 5 of 8 total heats in the female 200 IM. Lane 1 is Jessica Oxley for the City of Leicester, 2 Jasmine Vages for Repton, 3 Janet Fung for Derby Excel, 4 Eva Bailey for Loughborough in 6. Aurelia Wawa for Nova Centurion, 7 Holly Gent for the City of Leicester, and 8 Hannah Bruce for South Links. Aurelia Wawa leads with 50 still to swim. Another swimmer who's had a packed program this weekend. Most swimmers have had a packed program this weekend. 25 left to go. Wawa's entry time 2:27.10. 5 left to swim. She should be on that here. Goes straight for it. 2:25.17 for Aurelia Wawa. Second, Eva Bailey in 2:26.9. Janet Fung takes 3rd place. This is Heat 6. Lane 1 is Elodie Piercy for Repton, 2 Madeline Soper for the University of Nottingham, 3 Kira Fletcher for Nova Centurion, 4 Holly Marshall for Lincoln Vulcans, 5 Lily Freeman for Northampton, 6 Alexandra Bewlett for the City of Lincoln, 7 Amelia Denham for Chesterfield, 8 Freya Jones for Nova Centurion. Holly Marshall doing well in the centre. This is the first of the 3 cyclically seeded heats, so Marshall will be the 3rd fastest qualifier into the championships. 1:46.03, she turns it. Still water now between her and Lily Freeman, who sits in 2nd place. Entry time for Marshall, 2:15 flat. She's going to be just over that, 2:17.70. There we go, 2:17.70 for Marshall. Second in 2:22.32. And Bewlett goes 2:22.63. So only 0.3 between Second and third place for Freeman and Bulett. This is heat 7. Grace Wingham of Corby goes in lane 1. Janie Finch for the City of Leicester is in 2. Darcy Platts for the City of Leicester is in 3. Freya Colbert for Loughborough Uni is in 4. Anna Stansfield for the Uni of Nottingham is in 5. Medley Collier for Repton is in 6. Olivia Anstey for Louth is in 7. And Clara Guinness for Repton is in lane 8. Freya Colbert, a medley specialist, and not even the fastest in the program. Abby Wood will follow. Colbert enters here on 2:07.40. All about a time here for Freya Colbert of Loughborough University. We know that she'll make it through to the next round. Just how fast does she go? Colbert hits the wall in 2:12.81, having to race that entirely on her own, and then 4 swimmers are going to approach the wall together. Lane 3 might just be ahead. It is Darcy Platts that gets second in 2:22.59. Medley Collier takes third. That should put her in strong stead for the junior final in 2:22.67. In fact, both Platts and Collier will go through to the junior final, so that could be an interesting one to watch tonight. Heat 8 is the final heat of the morning. Lane 1 is Eve Doherty for Repton, 2 Lily Rose Carr for Nova, in 3 Medi Harris for Loughborough Uni, 4 Abby Wood for Loughborough Uni, 5 Lydia Cordell for Repton, 6 Lily Jackson Oates for Nova Centurion, 7 Amy Davies for the Uni of Nottingham, 8 Philippa Hickman for Nova Centurion. The European short course champion on this event, Abby Wood, goes in lane 4. Final 50 meters then, and Abby Wood leads the way by 15 of those. 138.21 off that turn. Lane 3, Maddie Harris sits in second place at the moment, and Lydia Caudle giving chase. With just 10 left to swim then for Abby Wood. We saw a 2:12 from Freya Colbert. Wood is going out strong and fast, 2:08.49 for the Loughborough University swimmer. Harris is going to take second place in 2:16.6. Caudle goes to 18.69. And that concludes the morning session of the East Midland Short Course Regional Championships 2024. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and showing your support for all of the swimmers through the stands or over on poolside. We will be back at 12:30 for warm-up. Swimming action gets underway from 1:30. So if you're here to watch the swim, we'll see you in 90. If you're here to swim or coach, we will see you in about half an hour's time. Thanks for joining us. See you soon. Finalists for the female 200 individual medley, 16 years and under age group: Elodie Piercy, Lily Rose Carr, Mably Collier, Lydia Caudle, Darcy Platt, Janie Finch, Aurelia Wawa and Janet Fung. Reserves: Holly Gent and Olivia Anstey. And the senior age group: Lily Jackson Oates, Lily Freeman, Holly Marshall, Abby Wood, Freya Colbert, Amy Davies, Alexandra Bewlett, Anna Stansfield. And reserves: Madeline Soper and Amelia Chescheek. And then in the multi-classification para competition, the bronze goes to Amber Haycock, silver to Eliza Humphrey, and gold to Scarlett Humphrey, all of Northampton.